Good morning, how you doing? I'm Dr. Ralph Sept Sr. at Dr. Ralph Sept Sr. Ministries. Jesus, when he walked the earth, he encountered many different people. Let's be clear, the primary reason that Jesus came to earth was to fulfill the prophecies of the Old Testament. He was sent to earth by God to convince the children of Israel that he is the true Messiah. But in the process of doing this, he encountered many other people. Many people know that the Canaanites, the Jebusites, the Amorites, and the Edomites were enemies of the children of Israel. And if you go into the book of Genesis, where God promises Moses that he will give them a land of milk and honey. Well, this land was occupied by the groups that I said prior. He decided that he would rest at the well. And as he rested at the well, his disciples, they went into one of the nearby towns to get.
Give me to drink.
Then said the woman of Samaria unto him, How is it that thou, being a Jew, askest drink of me, which am a woman of Samaria? For the Jews have no dealings with the Samaritans.
How is it that thou, being a Jew, askest drink of me, who am a woman of Samaria? The Jews have no dealings with the Samaritans.
If thou knewest the gift of God, and who it is that saith to thee, Give me to drink, thou wouldest have asked of him, and he would have given thee living water.
Sir, thou hast nothing to draw with, and the well is deep. From whence then hast thou that living water? Art thou greater than our father Jacob, who gave us the well, and drank thereof himself, and his children, and his cattle?
She goes on to also say, For the Jews have no dealings with the Samaritans. So they even had that division in line way back at that particular time. But you will see how the King of Kings and Lord of Lords deals with such a situation. Because see, whenever you become spiritual and you're in the kingdom of Christ, He sees no distinction between races. Those are man-made situations that has been manufactured by humans.
Jesus answered and said unto her, Whoever drinketh of this water shall thirst again. But whosoever drinketh of the water that I shall give him shall never thirst. But the water that I shall give him shall be in him a well of water springing up into everlasting.
Whosoever shall drink of this well shall thirst again. But whosoever drinketh of the water which I shall give him shall never thirst. The water that I shall give him shall be in him a well of water, springing up into everlasting life.
Sir, give me of this water that I thirst not, neither come hither to draw.
He said, if you drink the living water that I have, you will never grow thirsty again. So men and women of God, that is very important, because the water that he gives everlasting water, which is everlasting life, when you choose him as your Lord and Savior.
And the hour cometh, and now is, when the true worshippers shall worship the Father in spirit and in truth. For the Father seeketh such to worship him. For unto such hath God promised his Spirit. And they who worship him must worship in spirit and in truth.
I know that Messiah cometh, who is called Christ. When he is come, he will tell us all things.
I who speak unto thee am he.
This Samaritan woman, she was so impressed by the gift of never thirsting again that was imparted by this Jewish man. She was so impressed that she went and told as many people as possible. And on that day, many people were saved, because everybody wanted to know who was this man who was guaranteeing everlasting life. Who was this person who was giving living waters of life? They had heard that he was the Messiah, but they didn't know that he was coming through. And a lot of people were saved that day. The important thing about this lesson, and I want everybody to take this, with the Samaritan woman, even though they had no dealings with the Jews, but when it came to religion and it came to the power of God, all that was put aside, because the gift that he was providing was much more precious than a race or a creed. We as individuals in the world, we can learn from this. See, God sees no different creeds. He's providing and giving everlasting life to everyone. He is the King of our existence. I want to thank everybody who joined me today. And I want to encourage you to go and check out Lady Catherine's daily devotion. She has a lot of good articles, a lot of good scriptures, and a lot of good morning Bible verses to help jumpstart your morning.
Get a copy of my new book, Inspirational, Healing, and Financial Bible Verses and Prayers, It'll be a blessing to you and your ministry.